So FTX is compensating victims of an API phishing hack with up to $6 million. CEO Sam Bankman-Fried took to Twitter to educate users on phishing and clarify that FTX was not phished. He said, in general, we can't compensate users for getting phished by fake versions of other companies in the space. He then announced that FTX will in fact compensate users, but this is a one-time thing and the company will not be doing this moving forward. So the phishing scam was in relation to 3Commas. This is a trading bot platform that interlinks with FTX via an API. The scammers reportedly cloned the 3Commas website before performing trades on victims' accounts. Zach, I'm going to toss this one to you. What do you think of SBF's comment? He's going to compensate, but he really wants people to understand what's going on out there. I felt like he was like our angry crypto dad telling us, know what you're doing on the internet and don't come back to me when you mess up again.
Isn't this like against the backdrop of SBF getting roasted pretty thoroughly for some comments that he made? Did I miss this drama? Did I miss this drama that like he said that there should be consumer protection and then everyone got mad? Like Wendy, did you follow that drama by chance? Adam, can I get an update on the drama before we talk about what this is?
Thank you for saying it so I didn't have to. But basically, Sam came out with possible crypto regulation. We tore that apart on my show. I was also a guest on somebody else's show talking about it. But again, it's just a possible bill, and it's just kind of sort of a guideline of what could and should happen. It was torn apart by the entire community because it does sound like DeFi and our privacy is truly under attack. And that's all I'm going to say about that.
All right, so that's where I'm seeing this out of. I'm seeing this like, okay, like SBF starts scrambling the PR jets, like, oh no, we're down bad in the PR department. What can we do? Let's reimburse some phishing scam victims. That'll do it. Maybe that's a bit, I don't know, cynical of me, but I kind of see it in those terms rather than in what may be a worthy cause to reimburse people for a one-time case of bad luck. But I don't know. Adam, what are your thoughts?
I mean, I think that this really goes back to the concept of moral hazard. That's the reason why, although they're doing this, they're at great pains to say this is not a precedent that they're setting. Because the concern, certainly, you know, if you're SBF, is that people are like, oh, hey, I don't need to be careful because FTX is going to bail me out if I screw up something and wind up getting scammed. Again, not a hack as far as I can tell. This was, again, a cloned website that people then linked their API keys to. So they actually did stuff with it, being fooled into thinking that it was actually the real service when in fact it was not, effectively giving permission to the scammers to then pull money or do whatever it was that they did in terms of making these malicious trades within their account. So that moral hazard thing, just like when you bail out banks, right? Like bailing out banks means that banks don't need to be as careful because the government is going to bail them out. Well, Sam Bankman-Fried and his FTX company is kind of filling that role here. And if I were them, I would also be at great pains to do that. Now, I think your point is really a good one, Zach, which is maybe this isn't about this thing at all. And maybe it's just about replacing the headlines that SBF pulled into the mainstream over the last couple of days and making it something about this. So this is the conversation that we're having. And if that's the case, well, then kudos because it's working. Jen?
I just saw Wendy's hand up, so I'm going to kick it off to her.
I want to know more information about this. Like, how did so many customers get this 3Commas fake website and decide to use it? Like, where was the original source from? Because I went through and I read Sam's thread, but I didn't see any of that there. And I also believe in that somebody else on Twitter, again, I don't have the source in front of me, they said this was going on for quite some time. It was like the last 18 days. I could be wrong. Please fact check me. But I want to know where the original source came from and why this was decided to be pushed out on a Sunday evening. So always pay attention to times that things are being released and also what it is going to be replacing, because it's a very good PR marketing tactic that is also done in mainstream media. However, I'm not making any allegations. I just like to look outside the box.